Alright, so here's my flip through Friday for this week. We will cover the Palladium Fantasy book, Yin Sloth Jungles. Now, this is a first edition Palladium Fantasy book. For those of you that don't know, Palladium Fantasy has had three versions. It's had the original, it had the revised edition, and then second edition. So this, I believe, is based on the revised edition. But they did not... They have not updated this for the second edition. So it's kind of sad. I have not really used this book very much. I've looked through it. There's a lot of good things in here. For instance, how to survive in a rainforest. And in case you guys are curious, this is the Palladium world. And this is where the Yin Sloth Jungles are. Now up here, there's some orc establishments. But for the most part, this is all the Yin Sloth Jungles. So... the thing about this that makes this book so good is, you know, the use of its own rules for how to survive in the rainforest environment. It has its own type of weapons based on the cultures there. And this is something that Palladium does really well. They've always done setting books really well. And that's kind of the theme of most of their books. You know, with every new book, it's a setting book. So in this book, you'll see there's different player classes you can use that are related to the area. There's different monsters for the area. Skills, all sorts of different things. So there's, this is a cool one, the Bounty Hunter occupational character class. Reminds me of Davy Crockett or something, or Crocodile Dundee a little bit. Or Skinner, if you're an old wrestling fan. Undead Hunter, Witch Hunter. Now, some of the cool things about this part of the world is that, you know, you can't ever destroy the Yin Sloth Jungles. I believe I read in here that things grow back really quickly. There aren't any clear paths. It's very dangerous because of quicksand, disease, bugs, leeches... all sorts of different things. And it even states, you know, some of the native people in here are not very friendly. It's a very hostile area. Again, I love the artwork in these books. You know, so there's a lot of adventure that could be had in this part of the world. And if you ever adventure in this part of the world in Palladium Fantasy, you can always change it because of how quick things, you know, grow and things like that. Oh, there goes my phone. Here's a more detailed map of the Palladium world. Let me adjust my camera a little. But you'll see the Yin Sloth Jungles down here, Dragon's Gate, the Balgor Wasteland. So this area is very dangerous in the Palladium Fantasy world. They never did a book for Land of the South Winds. So they don't have an Old Kingdoms book. They don't have a Phi and Lopan book. And they haven't done the upper portion of Land of the Damned yet. So, I mean, they have a lot of books they could still release for this game line. They just haven't been giving it a lot of support lately. Hopefully that'll change soon. Last time we heard that they might release a new book was back when Kevin went and saw the first Hobbit movie with this new incarnation. And here we are about to release the third one in December. And he still hasn't written a new book for us. So, I don't know. But anyway, so they give you a lot of different setting stuff. So they give you little, like, tribal areas, ruins, some adventure things you can do in these areas. Very detailed, but it's not too detailed where it doesn't leave enough to your imagination. Like, it's very... what I mean is it's very detailed, but you can still personalize it. And that's one of the great things about these settings. You know, they give you a couple sentences about each, you know, of these numbered buildings, you know. Now, what you do with it is up to you. Yeah, I mean, look at this. You're up to 60-some buildings in this town or this tribal area alone. So, if you can't come up with good, you know, adventures using these books, I don't know what to tell you. Worst case scenario, if you buy any of these books, is you just use it for inspiration for other games. And that's one of the reasons I still have these books, probably, because I don't think I'm going to find a Palladium Fantasy group anytime soon. I'm not actively seeking one out. But I really enjoy, looking through these books every now and then just to get some inspiration for my other games. And that's what they do the best. They really do create a lot of great ideas with their books. So, yeah. There you go, the Dragon's Gate Mountains population, monster population of note, and it goes into all the monsters. Good stuff, man. Very good stuff. I mean, you could take this and adapt it to any game you play. Pathfinder, D&D. And the world, it looks kind of small, but there's so much that they put into these books that you have more than enough adventuring here to last you a lifetime in just all of these Palladium Fantasy books. I love the artwork. Look at this guy. Just lying there. Not doing so hot. Pyramid. So, yeah. I don't know. If you've never played Palladium Fantasy, maybe some of us should get a game going for those of you who are interested in trying it. You could do it over Google Plus sometime, do a one-shot. I wouldn't run it, but I'd definitely play in it. So if we found someone who'd want to run it for us, I'd definitely play like a Paladin or Rurga or Gladiator or something. So if you're interested in playing in a little one-shot, let me know. Maybe if you're interested in running it for us in a Google Plus Hangout, let me know. So look at that right there. $20.95 for a brand new book. That's not bad. And how many pages? 160? So that's not too bad. Yeah, it's pretty thick. So anyways, that's all I got to say about Yin Sloth Jungles. It's a fantastic book. I wish it was the most up-to-date, but they don't have a second edition Yin Sloth Jungles book yet. Palladium, get on that. Get that updated. Get the Island at the Edge of the World updated. And release some new Palladium Fantasy books. If you start releasing Palladium Fantasy books again, I'm going to start buying your products again. It's just that simple. So, that's it. I'm out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe. Tell me if you've used the Yin Sloth Jungles book in your games. I love to hear your guys' stories. Thank you. Bye.